Hi, Shelby Jo Long here, Senior Vice President of the Strategic Advisor Board and CEO of Business Dynamics. Also, communication expert, professor of communication that helps businesses navigate those challenging communication issues within their business to help bring their business to the next level and help increase the culture and within their business. So today and this week, I'm talking about conflict and how conflict is something that we as leaders in our business, if we grasp onto this conflict and think about how we can face this conflict head on, the conflict then becomes an opportunity for us to grow as a business rather than take away from our business and to take away from our interaction with our employees and customers. So even just making some small tweaks in our management style and small actions that we can take as the CEO when a conflict arises in our business can make a dramatic impact on how we deal with conflict in the future and within the productivity that we have within our business and also our business culture. We're also going to emerge as we are already an authority figure in our business, but dealing with conflict and taking conflict and turning it around into a productive piece and a growth piece is something that your employees and your customers will notice as something that increases your authority and makes you more effective in reducing future conflicts. But first of all, just the nature of conflict. The nature of conflict in business and between people, it's personal. People don't really like being in conflict. Just human nature, just tend to shy away from conflict because we don't like being at disagreement with other people. Some people do like that, but generally, a general rule is that people don't like being in conflict, nor do they like having their opinions or their perspectives questioned, and it's a challenge. It seems a challenge to us personally rather than a challenge to us in a constructive way to be able to move that forward. That happens with every single person in personal conflicts, in relationship conflicts, and then in conflicts in the business. It tends to become personal, and that becomes something that takes away from our feeling about ourselves. It's kind of a strike to our ego. We just really don't like conflict. So when conflict emerges, we tend to put our hands up and try to keep it away, and we don't want to deal with conflict. We deal with conflict in many different ways. However, as the CEO of a business, when a conflict arises in your company, it's important to address that conflict and do it kind of head on and do it with the parties that are involved, but then make that an opportunity for a discussion with your larger business. Whether you have 2 employees or 10 or 100, it's a good idea to involve people in that conversation. Not necessarily about the conflict, but what we learned from the conflict. Maybe it was a conflict over a new way of accomplishing a task. Maybe it was a conflict about a new way that we are going to spend our resources. Involving people in that conflict or in that productive environment makes it a learning opportunity and makes it a growth opportunity rather than something that can destroy relationships and destroy the business culture that you have. So just taking a few simple steps, putting yourself in a position to mediate the conflict, to talk about how we can resolve these things and move forward in a productive manner, make conflict a constructive part of your business environment rather than a destructive part. I work with businesses and their culture and their conflict resolution all the time. Love it. If you have a problem, you can reach out and we can talk about ways that we can move forward. ShelbyJoLong.com is where you find me, and I'll see you tomorrow.